Just let the in-breath gather up any stress or tension, and exhaling, just letting go, relaxing, relaxing. As we sit here in our relaxed state, we'll notice that our mind is still having a lot of thoughts. We're still kind of busy. Our body's still beginning to settle in. It takes a little bit after a busy day to just sit and let it relax, or in just waking up, enjoying the beautiful day ahead. Feeling yourself seated and supported, your arms hanging heavy at your side or on your lap, keeping your belly soft. Your jaw muscle is loose. And we follow the in-breath through our nose, noticing the very tip of our nose as we breathe in, feeling the air come through our nostrils, feeling that on the back of our throat, noticing the lungs expanding and the belly expanding and contracting as we exhale, breathing out, just releasing again any trapped energy, any stress or tension. And notice the different temperature of the air as we breathe in compared to the air that we exhale. Probably feels cool entering the body and much warmer as we exhale. And notice how your body begins to feel a little bit heavier, sinking a little deeper into the cushion as you exhale, releasing any tension. Sometimes when we think we're relaxed and we intentionally let go just a bit more, surprisingly, we find that we had some tension to let go of. And a lot of times, as we're sitting, just relaxing, trying to let go of the day, we notice the thoughts are still coming. And sometimes we get stuck. We might get stuck in an emotion or a thought. And if we notice that, rather than get caught in the emotion, bring your attention to where you might feel that in the body. Maybe it's in the chest or the stomach or your shoulders. And just taking a few extra breaths just to soften those areas, releasing any tension, reminding yourself that you're safe. You have everything you need in this moment. when you're ready, coming back to the group. I was going to talk a little bit tonight about wholehearted living, and I started thinking about what that really means. And I mean, it can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Um, I'm thinking wholehearted living really means living life with your whole heart, or as involved in life as you can. And it's hard to do that. Um, because we all know intellectually that life is short. We all know that we're only given a short amount of time here on this planet for this little life journey we have. But, in a way, we kind of have this idea that, oh, I have time for stuff. And we do for the most part. But a lot of times, what keeps us back is our fear. And I was thinking about how many times people have said things like, I wish I would have done this and I wish I would have done that, because there's nothing really to fear in a lot of the things that we fear. One of the books I was reading by Brene Brown she said that the fear of failure or not succeeding in the way we want to succeed is often a reason that we don't do something that we feel that we want to do. So that fear of failure is really an interesting thing to look at, even if we think we don't do that. Because on some level, most of us do to a certain extent. Um, it's not always easy to do what our heart is telling us to do, because sometimes that means moving everything around, selling everything you own and moving to Thailand. That's a really big thing. Most people don't do things like that because we're afraid. We like to be stuck in our own safe little world where we know everything is fine. Um, but we don't really expand who we are. We don't really expand our life very well that way. So there's this quote by Brené Brown. She says, wholehearted living is about engaging in our lives from a place of worthiness. It means cultivating the courage, compassion, and connection to wake up in the morning and think, no matter what gets done, no matter how much is left undone, I am enough. It's going to bed at night thinking, yes, I am imperfect and vulnerable and sometimes afraid, but that doesn't change the truth that I am also brave and worthy of love and belonging. And I think that really hits the nail on the head for many, many of us. Um, just knowing that we're not always going to get everything done. And sometimes when we do get everything done, maybe we've made a lot of mistakes along the way. Not to be disappointed in ourselves if that happens. That's just part of being human. And a lot of that comes from our childhood of our parents saying, you didn't do this right or you didn't do that right. And we hate to let people down. We hate to let ourselves down. We hold ourselves to a really high standard sometimes that we can't even live up to. So part of it, I think, is to take the time in meditation to remind ourselves who we are. And we all have limitations, and it's okay. So part of it is accepting our limitations and trying to stretch beyond them if we can. But if we can't, it's okay. As long as we've done the best we can and maybe didn't meet the mark, it's okay. We're still worthy of living a good whole life, and we're worthy of trying again. Because it's not that we didn't meet the mark, it's that we did. We did something extra. When you get up in the morning and you live a life and you do any little thing differently, that's a milestone. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be something enormous. It can just be a little thing that you did. When we're baking a cake or making a new recipe, the first thing we have to do is you have to make sure we have the ingredients. We have to get our measuring spoons and measuring cups out, and we have to read the directions. So the life is the same way. We know we want to do something, but we don't always know how to begin. We don't know how to approach it. And so if you break it down into a recipe of sorts, little steps that you can take along the way, it eventually gets done. And sometimes you realize it's not really what you wanted to do. So that's okay too. That's you've learned something important. Um, every little bit of it is important because it's part of living our life. It's part of living and developing that wholeheartedness of living. And how do we know what we enjoy if we don't try different things? How do we know that we don't enjoy certain things? Like, I may think, okay, I want to go salsa dancing. So I joined a club or a group and I do that. And then I realize when I'm doing it, I really don't like this. That's okay. I did something adventurous. I learned I don't like it, and it's okay. I don't have to like it. I don't have to be good at it. But sometimes we really put a lot on ourselves about how are we going to get through this, this challenge today, or how am I going to do this speech, or how, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. If we break it down into little steps of just beginning, whatever it is. And then there's many times, and I have the perfect example for me. Um, I want to paint the deck and the pergola around the pool. And there's really not that much painting to do. So I thought, well, it should be a couple of days and I'll be done. And I realized after about a week that there's a lot of intricate little parts on there that I got to dig in there and find and paint, which was fine, but it was more than I expected. So rather than get mad at myself for not getting it done on time or in the time frame I wanted to, just I started it. It looks a lot nicer. It'll get done. I don't need to get mad at myself for not reaching the goal that I originally set for myself. I could, but it wouldn't do any good. It wouldn't make any difference. Part of learning is making the mistakes. Part of being human is making mistakes. And the mistakes are the best part of living our life because then we have learned so much. And I think learning is really a big part of why we're here. Neil Gaiman says, I hope that in this year to come, you make mistakes. Because if you're making mistakes, then you're making new things. You're trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing the world. You're doing things you've never done before. And more importantly, you're doing something. So that's my wish for you and for all of us. My wish for myself. Make new mistakes. Make glorious, amazing mistakes. Make mistakes nobody's ever made before. Don't freeze. Don't stop. Don't worry. Don't worry that it isn't good enough or it isn't perfect, whatever it is, whether it's art or love or work or family or life. Whatever it is you're doing, just do it. Make your mistakes next year and forever. And that gives us all a lot of permission to just be and take those steps towards something new or broader. Maybe we don't have to do something new, but we maybe do something more. Maybe we can add more to something we're already doing. Um, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind, whatever it is. And it could be, every day, try to keep something in mind of what what's new? Maybe at the end of the day, look back and say, what was new today? What did I see or do that was new? And it might be something like, I haven't dusted the top of my refrigerator for a month or whatever it is. Just and you did that. How did that feel? You know, I have a friend who says she cleared off her dresser and dusted it, and she felt like a new person because she hasn't done it in so long. It was just refreshing. So it's the little things that make a big difference and appreciating all of those opportunities that come up. Do some meditation then, and just take this time to remind yourself that you're worthy of all good things. And I'll probably say some phrases to help that along, and I'll leave some pauses in between so we have some long, quiet meditation too. So gently closing your eyes or softening your gaze, letting your body settle and relax, feeling supported in your seat, arms heavy at your side or in your lap. Taking a few deep breaths in and out, just to let go of any tension or energy that may have crept up while we were listening to talk. Letting your body feel like it's beginning to drift a bit without getting caught in any thoughts. You might visualize yourself floating on a raft, just drifting along, or picturing yourself floating. I know some people enjoy that sensation. You might visualize yourself just looking at the clouds. Whatever it is, just allow yourself to just be in a nice, serene, relaxed place without any expectations, without any stories to tell ourselves. We'll see the thoughts come up. They don't need to get caught in the story they want to tell us. And sense into your mood, your general state of mind, whatever that is, and try to do so without any judgment. And just notice whatever it is. You may be calm and serene. You may have sadness or anger or tension. Whatever it is, just notice it without getting caught in the story of it. And then bringing your attention to that part of your body where you're holding or noticing that sensation, breathing into that area, just really relaxing and letting go. Reminding yourself everything is as it should be, that you're safe, We've been given this one life to live, and it's filled with all kinds of adventure and opportunities and emotions. This human life filled with all kinds of complex feelings. And this is where our practice is the best. This is where we really practice our meditation and our mindfulness. Where am I mentally, emotionally in my life? And don't have any judgments or criticism, just noticing where am I? And wherever it is you are, okay, it's fine. It's where it's meant to be right now. Feeling calmer, more relaxed, more content. Now bring our attention to the contact points of our body, where our body is contacting in our seat. Maybe we notice the back of our seat where we're leaning up against. Is that warm or cool? Is it soft or firm? And if you're not leaning back, just noticing the sitting posture you're in, feeling balanced, feeling stable, feeling rooted and grounded. And we take this time for ourselves, this gift of relaxation, coming back to ourselves. And reminding ourselves that we're worthy of love and happiness and contentment. Our practice is there for us when we're having a challenging day or a difficult time. Life is full of various joys and various sorrows. Or as the Buddha said, 10,000 joys and 10,000 sorrows. That's part of the human life. And now thinking of someone or something that just brings a smile to your face just by thinking of them. You feel your heart. You help your joy expand. And allow that feeling to come. And just be in that joyful feeling, thinking of that person, the one that brings the smile to your face. Allow yourself to immerse yourself in that happiness, the gratitude for them and all the joy they bring to you. Now remind yourselves that as much as you love this person or these people that bring this joy to you, you also bring joy to them with your presence in their life. Their life is much fuller because of your presence, whether it's currently or in the past. You're equally as important. You're worthy of knowing that you've given someone happiness. And you might repeat a few phrases to yourself. May I accept the goodness in myself. May I accept the goodness in myself. May I accept my mistakes as treasures because I tried. May I accept my mistakes as treasures because I tried. May I know that I am worthy of love and belonging. May I know that I am worthy of love and belonging. May I allow happiness to grow in my heart. May I allow happiness to grow in my heart. When you're ready, just rejoining the group. So this is what we do with our practice. We bring it with us. So if we're having a hard day, it's okay to recognize that and to allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling. If you begin to start feeling overwhelmed by it, though, it's okay to take a break and remind yourself of somebody who makes you smile just by thinking of them. It could be a pet, or a grandchild, or anything, anyone. Just allow yourself to be in those happy moments too for a while, just to kind of give yourself that balance. I know that grief is a really hard thing to move through, and sometimes we can get stuck in it. So it's good to take a break and allow yourself to smile at the wonderful things that you have, the people that bring joy to you. Because, that's brief too, and we don't want to miss it. We want to make sure we soak some of that up as well. So thank you all for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you all. Have a great week. Take good care. Bye bye.